My next story is about Gault. This Gault was our inventor, stimulator. He came up with so many ideas, everything from chemical warfare and any enemies that dared put foot into our country, to the stage of the manufacture of his method of getting down a hill. We've got a word here in Scotland, geggie. Now, I know geggie is used for a heck of a lot of things throughout the country, but our geggie was a plank of wood about 8 foot long with pram wheels front and back. The idea was, in fact, you sat on it, you had a string to either wheel in the front, and by pulling it back or forward you could in fact turn one way or another. Obviously not very savagely, because it could throw you off. And of course it would take somewhere about 4 or 5 young people. Now we were all round about the 8, 9, 10 mark. So we thought he was so good at making it. I mean, he was the only guy that had wheels that could be made into that, and he seemed to have a timber to make the plank to sit on. Many times it was used for going up and down the hill prior to the war, but when the war broke out, we thought this would be a very good method of getting transport messages quickly from one end of the country to the other. Well, that was provided it was all hills, so every time you went down a hill you had to find another one, or had go up a hill to get another one on the other side. So it was a foolish, mildly silly idea on our part. Anyway, Alec I keep on announcing his first name. I shouldn't, this is secret. Gault is what we'll call him. Gault completed his latest machine. He devised a method of, with a spare axle and wheel he had, of turning the front wheels. In reality, all he done was, in fact, had the string to the wheel at the top, which was the steering wheel. The axle was embedded in the board at the bottom, and it just pulled it round one way, and that caused the wheel to go one way, pulled it round the other way, but it looked as if it was steered by this steering wheel. It went up the hill. Now, this is all I know because I was in the house at the time and my mother was getting ready to take me. I think it was we're going for a pair of shoes or something like that. And bear in mind, this wasn't wartime at this incident. So we were heading up to the shops for me to get a pair of school shoes. Mum and I walking along, and we saw this post office van, which was actually a baby Austin painted red. It had wheels on it like heavy tyres for a bicycle, a two-wheeled cycle. And a man standing in it, looking out the passenger window, shouting, waving his hand, and he says, "You'll go to jail for this, you'll go to jail for this. You've attacked the King's Mail." And of course, scattered around about this upturned vehicle was a series of little, boys, and Gault, Little, Curry, McCulloch, I forget who else, but we always had spares. And they were all lying in pavements or roadway and stuff like. Little got up and he stood, and he was showing great distress. Didn't know whether he could walk or not. And it was at that time, just as the man was shouting out the window of the passenger side of the overturned vehicle, or upside down type vehicle, as soon as Little John heard that, he took off. His sore leg or whatever was wrong with him had disappeared. the rest of them were suddenly cured of whatever ailment they had and disappeared. Some were running up lanes, diving through bushes, heading for their homes and such like. The postman was certainly very angry. Now, Mum and I carried on after that. We just looked and saw this man was in a terrible state. He couldn't appreciate it was fun in the part of the boys, and it would have been all right if he hadn't been there at the time. So what happened was he got out, got hold of the roof of the car and just put it back up, just tipped it back on its wheels. But I could imagine that when he went home at night, or even talked to some of his mates about what his day had been like, I don't think anybody would believe him that his car, his post office van, had been rammed at high speed with a geggie. Now, that's the end of that story.